So I started the painting process a little bit later than I normally would. Normally I start um, basically between 9 and 10, so I have the majority done by the time the sun starts to change, although it's constantly changing. But um, I started a little bit later than normally. So I'm going to include a little bit of circle. Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Because in the previous random Doodle Tuesdays, I have circles, squares, and triangles. I want to keep that constant. A little bit of square going on here. But again, my main focus is going to be on some gears. A kind of a personal challenge for me to see if I can maintain my format as with regards to my perimeters as far as shapes: circle, square, triangle. So let's get in with the gears. And it doesn't have to be precise. It doesn't have to really be all that functional, as opposed to, well, in real life, if it would work, doesn't matter. Because this is your world and you can do whatever you want. Okay, so not bad. Okay, so I'm going to use my Statler pigment liner. It's a I don't think I'm going to be using any more watercolor, but probably will, because I know me and I like to try and challenge myself. So I'm going to leave the tape on in case I do want to do more watercolor. So, and I'm using the Statler 1.0, which is kind of thick, which is okay. Now I'm using my phone. Yay, I just bought a new phone. It's a Samsung, but I don't have it yet, and I should be in the next couple of days. And I'll have to experiment on the fly as far as using it. But as I was saying, my camera, i.e. my phone, has a tendency to wash my hands sometimes more longer than I want because it ignores what I'm doing with my hand. So, i.e., doodling. And see, do we? No. I was wondering if I wanted to extend the arm of the triangle, and I don't. So I'm going to switch to my 7. Well, actually, 0.7. And I like these fine liners because the cap matches the barrel. So if the two get separated, it's a lot easier to match up again. I mean, I know it's hard to believe, but I sometimes forget what I'm using. And that little bit of error, don't worry, we'll fix it in short order. Also, I like these because you're able to go over not only watercolor, obviously, because I'm doing that now, but you are also able to go over acrylic, and I like acrylic wash, so I can use these to ink in on a acrylic gouache as well. I mean, I don't have many demands on my supplies. Just if you're going to say on your packaging that it's waterproof, then you better be waterproof, not water resistant. Just me. Alright, so how's that looking so far? Alright, so 7, 7, okay. Oh, yes, I am going to do another layer of watercolor. You knew that was coming, didn't you? Okay. Okay, not a lot. But this time I'm going to basically do a little bit of spritzing with my spritzer. And I'm going to go in with my paint gray and a little bit of phthalo blue and a lot of water. Okay. So it's kind of covering it up. the base layer, but enough is going to be seen through the wash of the concoction over here. So again, I did Payne's Gray, phthalo blue, and a lot of water. Here's a bit here. Follow up with more water and bleed it out. And bleed it out here. Okay, let's see. Drawing time again, I'll be back. The next thing I need to do is figure out if I want the geometric shapes to override the gears, and I think I do. But I was going to go with my 05, but I'm going to go in with my Signo Uniball Signo 02, well, 0.28, because it's a really fine line ballpoint, and it's more resilient to working with watercolor, so it doesn't wear down. Some circles and some straight lines. And the other day I was on the bus and I was looking up at some of the masonry work, and it reminded me of my tile pattern, but with a variation, and so I'm going to sell that. So they had in their case, they had diamond shapes, but I like circles, so I'm going to use circles. And then they had a circle or a diamond in the center. So it reinforced the tile, but a bit more three-dimensional. So this is cool. I liked the design. And just enough detail to make me happy. And I'm going to go in with the 0.05 and because I think I'm going to use a little bit of gold here in the center of the circles. And let's see. Oh, plain, so kind of a 60s vibe going on here. And I want to work on the gears now. Now I have a lot of pencil marks, but I'll get rid of that later. Just remind me, because sometimes I forget. And my curly cues. I kind of forgot where I was heading with the curly cues, but that's my mind, and you're welcome to it. Let's see. Let's close off that. And use another one of my patterns. And this one is called the wave. And you can use this a lot of different ways. You can do hair, like long flowing hair. You can use it with like bark on a tree. Possibilities are endless. Okay, yeah. Because why not more detail? see, I'm going to be doing gold here and gold there. So, and since I have flowers in my other ones, I'm going to make some flowers here, but more stylized. And some lines down there towards the center. And again, it doesn't have to make sense to anybody but you. And I'm going to go back with some gold. This one I'm going to use, this is more of warmer gold. And don't worry if you're going over the lines, that's okay. We'll reintroduce them. And I want to do that as well. Good. Turn it upside down and flip. And go back in with more goals for this. A bit more. And gold in here. And let's mirror this effect in here. Because gold is fun, and I like the play with the gold against the blue and green. And let's add some gold here. And with this, I'm using the 3/0 from the round Princeton. The supplies I'm using will be in the description below if you're interested. Okay. Now, this is smaller than this. That's okay. We're just having fun, and everything is okay. I do want to add some white. So, see if I can find my Posca pen. Hold on, I'll be back. I didn't find my Posca pen, but I did find my golden acrylic, fluid acrylic. It's like, it's not like a craft paint. It's not much better, but it's, if you don't have the acrylic from Golden, I would definitely consider it because it's very opaque and I like it a lot. In fact, when I was painting, I tended to use that, the golden. I also like um, their other paints, but like the acrylic paints, hard body, but um, I mean you can water down the acrylics, but and then turn it into a version of watercolor. But I figured, why go to the effort, because you can just use watercolor. But of course, if you want to varnish anything, then you would need to go with acrylic or the acrylic gouache that I use, because that way the you can varnish it, but with watercolor you don't really need to varnish it because it's going to be in your sketchbook. So, what do you think? Let's hold on. Let's get rid of the tape. I like doing that. And then remember to pull away, like grab an end, and then pull away at an angle. And I did see a little bit that got underneath the tape, but that's okay. So, let's see. Nope. And let's go with the 03, well, 0.03, or 0.03. And let's go over the lines that I kind of went over with the paint. don't need to do that because the gold is already there and the black is already there. And it goes over the acrylic as well, but make sure your acrylic is dry because you want to save your pens. Sorry about moving my paper around a lot. I hope you haven't gotten seasick. I do that because it makes it easier for me. Okay. And since that's is over, let's go in with my number 3 and make sure like you're not gripping your pen too tightly. I like to go over the watercolor so that it's more organic, meaning the like here and here, and then it doesn't have to be pristine. And yes, the border is a little bit off, that's okay. And let's go in with my lunar ball signal 0.23 and see how I dirty, and this is amazing. Alright, so let's go with okay, so how you like it? What I'll do is I'll wet this back here and let it dry, and the warp should get worked out. Alright, I will see you in the next video. Have a great one. Oops, no. Almost. You're not done with me yet. Alright, now you're done. Alright, take care.